shifters, entrepreneurs on the move, with your host, Amanda Barr, bringing you power-packed 15-minute conversations with entrepreneurs who share their stories of shifting in life and business to keep on the move. Welcome to the show. This is your host, Amanda Barr, and boy, do we have an incredible shifter with us today. I have Lisa Van Zuylen, an intuitive energy reader and healer. She helps bring guidance as well as relaxation to the mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to the show, Lisa.
Hi, thank you so much.
Yes, and I am excited to dive in to learn more about you and what you're doing and how you got to where you are today. So if you could, take us down memory lane. Share with us how you got to where you are.
Yeah, actually, it all started when I had a panic attack, and my mom suggested to take a Xanax, which no shame to anybody that decides to do that. It just really propelled me to look into holistic ways to manage stress and anxiety. So 12 years ago, I went to a school for 4.5 years, a spiritual school where I learned how to read auras and chakras, read past lives, do hands-on healing, and then worked with a lot of different energy healing modalities, different coaches, and so here I am.
Wow. And yeah, thank you for sharing a little bit of that personal side. I know that I've dealt with anxiety, for a number of years and very interested in this. There's other ways than just taking a pill. There's other ways of going about this. So tell me, you said that you had this experience and you now are in this world of helping people in their life, but how did you shift into this line of business? I know you went to school, but maybe tell us a little bit more about shifting into being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, it kind of found me because I was actually pursuing another business, and I kept getting messages also from other intuitives that said, you need to do this. And at the time, I kind of ignored it, and I didn't listen to this. This was about 6 years ago, and I was like, no, there's another business I want to do, and that's what I want to do. And then, again, got another message from a good friend of mine who's an intuitive, and he said, this is what God wants you to do. You better get to it. And I was like, oh, all right, I will get to it. So I don't know. I think I just had this stigma because my great aunt was a psychic reader, and she also did real estate, and she did hair. So I kind of always thought like, oh, I'll just do it here and there, no big deal. And it's just something actually that came really naturally to me. And so I don't know, I didn't really even think about it as pursuing it as actively as I have been, I'd say, over the past 2-3 years. But I feel like I'm in a better space now too. So I feel like anybody out there, if there's anything that you feel called to, anything that comes naturally to you, I feel as though that is an essence, either someone's calling or could be an aspect of their calling or the whole calling. I feel like it's different for everybody, but, because what I do anytime, whether I'm, working or not working, I'm always working on to improve myself, and I spill that over into my clients and how to improve themselves and their life. So.
No, I appreciate you sharing that. I mean, I think it's so true that, sometimes we get that, that passion, that desire, that calling to do something and do something maybe that isn't what we're doing now. And then it's just a matter of, I like how you said it's so natural. I know some people will struggle with it and not trust themselves or trust the process. I know you said it was natural, but how did you just have that knowing that it didn't matter and you were just going to walk forward in it?
Well, I think having that encouragement from my friend / mentor that told me that this is what I meant to do, I think that kind of propelled me as well, because it kind of gave me a little more confidence, thinking, okay, I can do this. Thinking, okay, this is what I meant to do, where it's like one of those things, like I kind of just toyed around with it and kind of would just do it here and there and really not think anything of it. And then when you hear a message like that, you're kind of thinking, okay, this is what I meant to do. And I get the most excited about it. And especially, people get, feel really good after. And also thinking about it in retrospect, even though, I got that message, 6 years ago that I should be doing this, I wasn't ready. So I feel like everybody needs to acknowledge themselves for when they're ready and when they're not. And just taking small steps in the direction of what excites you, what you feel called to, just taking those small steps, because eventually you'll get there, you know. But I feel for me, I had to do a lot of my own inner healing. And ironically, my dad passed away 2 years ago, and I really didn't feel like I actively started pursuing this until after he passed, actually. So.
Wow, and condolences to your
Thank
loss.
you.
And it sounds like he was a part of, getting you to move forward, which is, or shift forward, as we like to say, to do this. And I don't know if there's any more you want to share on that, but please do if you'd like.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I have a beautiful heart connection with him, and I was there the day he passed. And, not to get into too much of this, because I know we're talking more about entrepreneurial things, but I did feel a heart connection with him the day he passed, and I definitely get messages from him. If I say Dad out loud to myself, I feel heat in my heart chakra. So he's definitely helping me on the other side, for sure. And maybe he's, I don't want to say that, like business partner or whatever, a business assistant or something, something, because he was a successful entrepreneur at one point. He did have a successful flower business for many years. So I don't know, maybe he's helping more on the other side. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm so glad you share, because I know that this podcast is all about life and business. Sometimes those things that happen in our life will shift us forward in our business. And I've even, coined that term that our life is our business. Like our business can be our life. It's us. We're a part of this, and we get to touch people by what we do. And I would like to dive in. I know that, intuitive, energy, reader, and healer. There's a lot of, people might think different things about what is that really, how does that really work? So maybe you can tell us a little bit about what does it look like, and what do people achieve when they work with you?
Yeah, pretty much. I have clients from all walks of life. Everybody comes for different things, whether it's to release or to bring in or whatever it may be. So essentially, I always do guided meditation in the beginning, and then I go through the chakras and I get messages. And then I do an energy healing portion, and I look at the mind, body, spirit, and just see where, just to bring more attention to and more guidance. So whether, I had one client whether they need to release anger or frustration and give suggestions for that, or, just basically seeing unconscious blockages and helping people relax and bring guidance. So I'm kind of as though self-improvement meets intuition. So I feel like that's the shortest version. Yeah, shortest version of, I guess, what I do.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you kind of went into that. Do you have any favorite client stories or anything that specifically you can share? I know obviously for confidentiality we don't want to go too far, but is there anything really cool that you could share with us?
Yeah, I mean, I had one client who and this is all over the phone, I said, do you have really tight shoulders? And she said, yeah, I actually have, it's called frozen shoulder syndrome. I'm like, okay. I was like, letting you know, I'm putting my hands on your shoulders as a symbol that you're supported by the universe. And by the end of the session, she was like, pain's completely gone. Thank you so much. I'm like, great. And then I've had other clients who have told me that they're very depressed and considering medication, and they said, I want to work with you first because I believe in what you do. And then after a few sessions with me, they said, you've changed my life. Thank you so much. So, it's nice hearing that and making people feel better. And, I had another client who her face was very tense at the beginning of the session. And then I saw her hours later and she looked like she went to the spa. I'm like, well, that's great. I always want everybody to look like that after.
That's awesome.
And then I've had another client who I told her, I was like, do you get panic attacks? She said, yes. I'm like, all right, I'm seeing your spirit guide. His name is, I'm just going to say blank just just for confidentiality. His name is blank, whatever, not giving the actual name, and saying, so he's dark hair, he's a bigger guy, She said, it'll help you feel more grounded when you feel anxious. And she said, can spirit guides be people that have passed away? And she said, I said, yeah, they can be. And she's like, that is my brother's name, and you just described him. So
wow.
That was pretty neat. So I feel like that was pretty cool seeing that. But yeah, so it's nice helping people and making them feel better and in all different ways. But relaxing the mind, body, spirit, and it's funny the things that come up where sometimes I'll even tell people like you need to have more fun, and they'll say I do have fun. I'm like, no, you work 24/7, you have fun for 5 minutes to get back to work, and they say, yeah, that's true. So
right.
And
oh no, I was gonna say, like, we talked about this a little bit beforehand, and entrepreneurs, like you're saying, like have more fun. Well, I am having fun, but you're working all the time. So you also had shared that you suggest people to take care of themselves, and whether they're an entrepreneur that's brand new or they've been in this for a while, most people at some point will usually get burnt out at some way, shape, or form by the things that they're doing, maybe if it's repetition or lack of creativity or whatnot. But do you have any suggestions for those that might be not taking care of themselves as much as, they would want to?
Yeah, I feel like it's relative to the person, because what's fun for one person is not fun for another. So but either way, I believe people need to decompress more, especially in the evenings, and whether that's disconnecting for an hour or two before going to bed, because that can affect sleep. If you're going, computer, this, that, and then you're thinking, okay, I'm going to go to bed right now. If you try to go to bed right now, you're not going to be able to, because your mind's going to be on overdrive. So I definitely say that is something I highly recommend to clients. And another thing is definitely meditation. Meditation, whether that's in the morning and the evening or both. And if somebody didn't feel called to meditation, I mean, everybody can find something that gets them into that meditative space, whether that's working out, whether that's, there's a lot of different things. It could be surfing, could be biking, or whatever it is, or doing something active, or actually sitting down and doing a meditation. I realize that, everybody's different and they have their own meditation. So that is, I feel like, very important. Yeah. And I feel like the more people do that, and another misconception is most people think meditation is completely quieting the mind. It's okay if your mind still goes, because sometimes even just quieting your mind and just trying to put the intention for 5-10 minutes to do a meditation, sometimes that's when you get messages where you'll think, oh, I need to call that person. Oh, maybe I should do this for my business. Oh, maybe I should do that. So sometimes that's an opportunity for the divine to come through, because your mind's not focused on so many million things after you're done with meditation. So, that's another thing I like to share that I feel like most people beat themselves up over.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's so true. I mean, I've even thought about that too. Like, meditating it, doing it is, not that difficult, but your mind's running. And I like that you gave a whole bunch of different ways that somebody can meditate, because most people think, oh, you've got to be in this solemn, quiet space, and they're like, that's not going to happen. It's not going to be that way. But I do want to decompress. I do want to relax. So thank you for giving a few different ways. I mean, there's so many great things you're doing to relax and help people with their mind, body, and spirit. But I would love to know, what do you wish everybody really knew about what you do, since you do have that deeper connection from somebody with their life to their business to just what's happening in their world?
Yeah, I feel anybody that wants to make a shift in their life and they kind of don't know where to go, because I have had clients in the past say that they feel like I give them a game plan, and others have said I help design their life. So I give suggestions, and sometimes they could be so small and minute, but they make big changes. So it could be something so small in the shift. And the thing is I can see unconscious patterns in what people are doing day to day. And whether it's, okay, focus your attention off of this, or say someone, for instance, is worrying about something, I'll say, all right, here's a suggestion to divert your energy from that and, update that pattern. So I can help assist people in either updating a pattern or releasing or bringing in or whatever it may be. I would say that I don't know what I wish people would know. I feel like just come with an open mind, and I'm kind of like a intuitive life coach, if you want to say, in some ways.
Yeah.
So I feel like just come with an open mind and go from there.
Awesome. Well, I always like to wrap up our show with a little bit of shifter wisdom, and you've given so much today, but if you could give a little bit more, what keeps you moving, or what's something that's inspired you to keep on the move?
Honestly, just helping people. That just what keeps me going is I just want to continue to help people and help them live richer lives. So that's what keeps them going.
Yeah, that impact, touching people at all times of life. And I connect with that greatly myself. I think that's what a lot of us get into our path and purpose for, is to really help people move their business forward, move their life forward on all different directions. And what's the best way for those that are listening today? They're like, yes, I need to relax. I need to, kind of reconnect. And it would be great to have some clarity in areas that maybe I don't even see that are happening. How do they get in touch with you? What's the best way?
The best way to find me is at healingsbylisam.com, and also on Instagram at Loving Life with Lisa.
Thanks so much for sharing, Lisa. And for those listening, reach out if you're looking to relax your mind, body, and spirit. And until the next time, keep on the move. We hope you enjoyed the episode today. We appreciate each one of you for listening and hope you left inspired and motivated to keep on the move. If you think this episode might help or inspire someone else, please share. Don't forget to subscribe and keep in the loop to hear more incredible stories of entrepreneurs like yourself on the move. Thank you for our supporters, RTB Capital Group, Financial Powerhouse, Callcast, and Power Podcasting. Now, get out there and keep on the move.